Hey everyone, it's Shay Seeking, and I'm back. Yeah, so I don't know. I definitely see some sort of a shift going on. In energy, like I'm realizing that although these strange things are occurring, right? And I've been like in my world paying attention to them going on. Hold on one second because I'm in the car. And it's raining. But yeah, so although I noticed I've been going through these particular things, and so I'm like in my own world trying to figure it out, right? I rarely have time to, go around and really I guess use my energy to like hate on anyone. I wish, especially when it comes to women, I'm a major supporter of a lot of women, some that may not even be supporters of me, and that's fine, because again, I'm someone that wants to see everybody win at the end of the day. But I just I can't help but notice, because I'm just someone that is very intuitive and I can kind of see through things, with clairvoyance, on a certain level. Sometimes I wish that, it was a little bit, that's just me, that I could see a little bit deeper. And then sometimes I'm thinking like, damn, do you really want to? But again, I see, I see a lot of things. And, I feel like, even when I was talking about in that video earlier, I feel a lot of things already on me. I can see them directed to, but sometimes it takes me a while to see exactly where the energy is coming from. And it kind of hurts sometimes, because again, we're going to have to be paying attention to, like, I think a lot of stuff, like in that movie, talking about that girl, Jupiter, in general, is that she had trust issues, and it hurt her relationships. She had trust issues, and she had a way of looking at the world to not trust it, and again, I kind of see that in myself, only because I am someone. But then again, if you think about how it talked about her mother in that movie, that she saw some of the things that were going on in the world, and she was killed for it, basically, and that she was trying to stop these things before she died. And there's a lot of us warrior empresses out there that are doing so. So again, I'm someone that I don't want negative energy or energy over it just seems like something to do with like a male energy too, because when I talk about return of the gods with a little g, or a certain type of energy that's going on, that we are connecting with different beings on different levels from different places even, and so I feel like there's some type of a competitive spirit or something going on. There's an energy, and again, for me, I point out things that have to do with division, no matter what type of division, I see things while they're occurring, and it's just I don't know, I guess it's just funny, because I can kind of see the claws coming out, even when it comes to the whole thing of fighting for power, or a certain position, right? Because things are being put in place. So you can call it God, you can call it aliens, you can call it whatever it is. We would not even be able to describe or understand exactly on what levels all this shit is happening. Telepathically, you never know who. That's why I'm really about who I bring in my home and directly around me, because I can sense strange things. I strange things, like even when it comes to my neighbor, I just been noticing some very strange things. Like I was out, so because I refuse, to be getting anything put in me that I don't want in me. You know what that means. I was outside one day, and I just feel like this energy, dude. Like, even when I went to the park one day, it it was a lot of people that didn't look like me that were at the park that day, and I just felt like as I was walking through, everybody was turning and whispering, and I'm telling y'all, it's like some Truman Show type shit going on, right? So I'm sitting outside one day, just sitting there, somewhat meditating, just chilling, sitting under the sun, and the lady next door, she's an elderly lady. So there's also things going on the other side that I can't really put together all the way yet. With the house next door to me, but it's just been a lot of houses for sale and a lot of strange things going on. So I noticed that the lady next door, she is so different now. Like, I don't know, I can hear her talking to her husband, and I think she might have had a grandchild over there one day, and just the way she was talking, I've never heard her really upset and aggravated like that. And she was just really it was real strange. She was like really aggressive and angry that day and yelling, and I'm thinking, like, but she does talk pretty loud because I think her husband can't hear that well. But I know I was sitting there one day and I heard her say, it's just one shot. It's just one shot. I mean, I don't know. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck did I just hear? Because I'm like, my ears like a damn cat. Like, even when I'm asleep, I'm not even really asleep. Well, lately I've been sleeping pretty heavy. Actually, yeah. Lately I've been, for the past couple of months or whatever, I've been sleeping pretty heavy. But I'm somebody that can hear things in my sleep. Like sometimes I'll be asleep but wake. I guess it depends. But like, yeah, it's just seeing a lot of strange things. And so when I'm saying these things, I'm saying that to put this in a little bit more of perspective, that the trust issues could come from feeling as if, like I said, it's you against the world, like, and you don't know who to trust and which way to turn. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it feels like, okay, it's all love, you know what I'm saying? But other times it just feels like no offense towards anyone. It's just, I'm just preserving myself. Like, it's not even being antisocial at this point. It's just like taking care of myself and making sure that I'm not putting myself in any type of situation, because it's some of the things that like we dealing with that come from a level of just understanding of just knowing, Gnosticism, if you want to say. I mean, the same thing to me as knowing. So I think that some things that we tend to think that the things of this world, when we know practically everything is a freaking lie in the first place, right? Okay, so we practically tend to take those things, and just because we find a different version of it is truth, and that's why I like to let information resonate with me, because I want to definitely use what I have already taken in. We haven't read every book and seen everything and heard everything, you know what I'm saying? And even if we did, I feel like everything has been laid out like this to keep us still away from what the truth is. But I always like to take it back to the bare minimum, strip everything down and take it back to the root of things and work my way up that way. So again, we were here, you know what I'm saying? Before all this, before books and everything, people were here. People that have your DNA, people that came, that have your genetics, that you came through their lineage or whatnot. And so if in the beginning was the Word and the Word was with God, you know what I'm saying? We just have to see that, nobody's really going to know, like, just with the information alone, you have to tap into a part of yourself and start to remember. And for me, I rely on that part more than I do the books. The books and the other things and other soul siblings that are going through these things are just confirmation for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just confirmation for me. So a lot of times when I'm speaking, it's based on knowing something first and then actually running into the information and confirming it. Like, oh no, this is something that is definitely a go, right? So, I'm saying that all that to say that, it's just a time to trust yourself, trust your instincts, things like that. And, just be aware of your surroundings, especially now that they have all this whole percent of the population that have been worked on, You just never know. We just never know what the hell we gonna get at this point, is how I look at it. You never know what you gonna get, you know. And again, they give us a perception of what an alien or something foreign may look like. But at the end of the day, you know, I think that there's different beings that look just like you and me, and different so-called creatures and things like that on this plane, that, again, can use vessels as vehicles, or things like that. So, but I mean, that's not to say that everybody is bad and everything is bad and every situation is bad. You know, it just takes me time. It just takes me time. Especially when it comes to things that are like completely new. So yeah, I see this, and I see, you know, I don't know. You know, I see, and that's the thing, when you have a certain light to you, okay, many people want to come to that light. Many people might have their light that may be a greater light, or it might be a lesser light than yours. And they may see that light, and then people that you thought you could trust, or that you got along with, and that you've been good with and you've been cool with, you know, they may be directing some negative energy your way, to hope for your fall. Because again, sometimes I feel like some of us, telepathically or through some kind of something that other people can already sense things about you. It's just a hard, I'm just trying to figure out how to explain it. Like they have they can peer into you, right? And so for me, to a certain degree or a certain level, right? And I think a lot of people using different kind of work too in order to do so. But I listen. I'm just someone that listens, and usually I can tell after a while if I feel the energy coming in that way, and then if I listen to you, you know what I'm saying, I can pick up on things that you may not have realized. Just same thing I'm pretty sure people can do that have the same gifts that I have. That I can pick up certain things in your tone, in the way you are, it'll confirm like, okay, this is what this is about. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what this is about. And I see that energy. It's a competitiveness, you know, and some of us have celestial twins or things like that we are, you know what I'm saying? I feel like there's like a whole thing of with courting going on right now. Okay. Like even with the whole thing with the male stag or whatnot, with the biggest can we call them horns? The hell are they called? You know what they called. What they called? I can't remember. I think it's another word I want to use. Is going to be the one that wins, you know, and I think that, you know, some of us have the intentions on linking up or connecting. You know, it just reminds me of even the Song of Solomon when it was saying, you know, let my dear love sleep, you know, because all of the women were calling. So, you know, we also have to look at that look at that aspect when it comes to the males that we're dealing with in this other realm, but possibly this one too. That it's a lot of pressure, because I think I've seen a lot of things coming through about, you know, how men are acting or whatever, and I think that it could be very overwhelming, because I think with this whole thing, when it comes to the courting of the women, for a moment you feel like it's just you know what I'm saying, but it's definitely other women too, you know. And I think that none of us can see the real linking up, but I think that just being very intuitive with women, that we can feel these things. And with a lot of us that are doing videos and putting things out, I'm pretty sure that when we're listening to each other, although we're not being direct and we're not saying what we're saying, you can see it there. But I'm the type of person that you're gonna have my ear, but I'm not about to be fighting, and I'm not about to be begging. You know, and I'm not gonna turn into the one that's actually courting. Now I'm a listen like a motherfucker. I'm about to listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying. Oh yeah, that don't even sound too right, but I'm giving attention. Okay. You know, and I ain't gonna tell you everything else that I do, because ain't nobody damn business. Because I noticed that people just like to sometimes see what you doing, and then they do what they doing to try to do what they doing. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm, you know, at a point where what's mine is going to be mine at the end of the day. And I'm not going to battle or fight nobody, because I'll be happy for whoever it is in that soul family, in that soul arena that ends up with somebody that would be a good, you know, match for them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it will never be a point where you gonna catch me trying to send no bad energy. Like, I find myself a lot of times having to ask for protection or send out energy that says, you know, to send that type of energy back where the fuck it came from. You know what I'm saying? That, but to use it against somebody because I feel like I'm intimidated, you know what I'm saying, or just, you know what I'm saying, going around people just to see, so I can see what, you know, the shit just come naturally to me. So I really don't have to really, you know what I'm saying. Somebody might, the way I look at it is the universe is here. You know, that's why sometimes when it comes to the biblical text, and this is just me talking, because I'm investigating the word to get closer to the truth. Okay. And if the truth is going to be God, then that's what it's going to be. So, I find myself not agreeing with some of those things because in my soul, right? Okay. If we're supposed to be honoring mother and father, I look at that in different aspects, but let's just take it back to if we're talking about our ancestors. These are the things they would have been dealing with. So at one time you had to separate the fact that religion came in order to take out those particular things. So it's you know what I'm saying, it's just depending on where you want to go with it. That you couldn't sing your songs or dance your dances, or these are all things that were so-called cultural to the people that kept them close to the earth and kept them grounded. So, you know, some of those things I don't always 100% agree on, like when it comes to dealing with let's just say tarot or something like that, you know. Again, I feel like Ezekiel's will is the will in the tarot deck or whatever. So to say that you should stay away from that, you know what I'm saying, it just sometimes to me rubs me the wrong way, because it's kind of like the ancestors are what can I say? That's the way to communicate in a sense for some people, you know. But for me, I would never take anything like witchcraft and use it again, or talking about some spells or some shit like that. Like, that's not me. You know, that's not me. But if a message is there to be delivered and is very accurate, you know, how can you not want to at least, you know, and that's the thing. That's where it comes between, you know, but the word does speak against it, you know. Other things that people naturally do, you know, it speaks against. And again, that's up to you to discern. I'm not trying to lead nobody to do nothing. And I know a lot of people that come to listen to what I say about the biblical text. I mean, but you already know where I'm coming from. You know, I don't deal with religion and things like that. I just don't. You know, I read the word because I'm able to see. And it does get me closer to things that may be more towards the, you know, the truth or whatever, you know, because if you can find it and make reference of it here and there, if I'm experiencing these things, I can see them as if I was there. The word is saying it. History correlates, like a historical matter or instance correlates with it. Then again, for me, it's okay. That's just me. I'm gonna take that as the closest to the truth and leave it open until I find something else, you know. But yeah, I believe, yes, that there is a source. I believe in Elohim, but I also, again, it's a hard thing for me because I do feel like the ancestors are there to guide too. You know what I'm saying? They may not be the all power, but that doesn't mean, you know, for me, I feel like the universe, sometimes I do, you know, feel like the universe is there to serve us. So what is the limits? You know what I'm saying? Where do we stop? So is it okay for us to look into these things and talk about them, but we don't really do them? But we're doing that. We're looking into ancient technology. We're looking into technology. We're looking into these things. So are those sins as well? You know what I'm saying? I just, you know, for me, I look at it that way. I just look at it. The universe is here. That means people are going to be used to give messages to me. That means the stars, certain things that's going on outside of me, things that are going on inside of me, in order for me to, I'm gonna need to use all the resources that I can to find out. Because again, for somebody like me, sometimes I feel like, in an instance, the God of religion, like church, because again, I don't see that the same as what the word is saying. Feel like, or even me saying that it's a governing force, like, that's the construct. The way that religion has taught us is to worship what I would say would be the religious aspect of a God. And that's just the world structure, the pyramid scheme with the eye on the top. It's just, and I'm never here to tell you what it is, what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. And that's just what I'm saying. So looking at it in that light, then everybody would be serving that construct or that system. When it comes to source, that's something that I feel like we can't even really start to describe. I feel like it's something that we can't even start to describe. And I think that it's something that it just, where do you even start? So, and I feel like that's what I am seeking. Okay? The all. And then in order to have the Father or the Elohim in you, and then you be in them or him, then that means that you're going to pick up on some of these, or some of these gifts may be bestowed upon you, where you would be able to see or dream dreams, So again, I don't know. I just see a shift, and I see a lot of things going on. I see a lot of competitiveness, I think back in a couple months ago, I was feeling like there was an aspect of war to some sort. And I felt like it slowed down, like in the spiritual realm, like in my dreams and stuff like that. I was feeling like, Xena, or, something like that. Like I was going off to battle when I was going to sleep, sometimes even waking up sore and hurting and in pain, like what the hell was I doing? And then, that died down a lot. And then I'm just wondering if something like that is going to be, so again, I guess my thing is to seek more options about protecting yourself, of course, communing, with the Elohim, and then people have their practices that they might do, to connect with ancestors or whatever. But my whole thing is just like making sure to, commune with the Elohim about, protection, especially when I'm asleep. Because that's just what I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling funny things, maybe going on, and that's just that, especially when it comes to, like in that movie, talking about the earth as if it was a farm. It's just one big farm for resources. And not even really, like, the people on earth are looking for resources when it comes to oil and all that kind of stuff. But these beings are actually, it has to do with your genetics and genes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot. But right now I feel like the forces, okay, are, had been saying, okay, you are, just chill. Everything is okay. Even some of my soul tribe, and even some of my, let's just say, we'll say angels, you know what I'm saying? And some of my, soul siblings, in a sense. I do really appreciate them. There's some that are, I see them, but there's some that are more prominent, you know what I'm saying, in my whole journey. And, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, at a level where I'm trusting, but then knowing that there's other energies that can maybe mimic those energies make me, nervous about other aspects, or sometimes, and, yeah, But then there's a point where now those walls are being torn down, and I'm at a point where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm sick of this. When is the fun gonna start? No. And that might be wrong, because I feel like sometimes, our soul siblings, the soul tribes, again, that may be on a different level, may experience more of the negative aspects and the trauma, because they're the mediators, or they're the ones working in between us. And so I do send out energy their way to keep them protected too. Not even knowing if it works. But, that's just my way of giving, thanks and gratitude. Is by thinking about them, and, and making sure I send positive energy their way, because I feel like, they get a lot of slack for the mess ups that we do as so-called humans on this plane, not knowing any better. So, like, and a lot of these energies, I look at them, I never had a boy. I always wanted one, but I look at them as my sons in a sense, or father figures, or even different people that I look at, elders that I look at, and then I might get some type of inspiration about, like, how to meditate, or just when I really need that really wise aspect, I go to certain people, online that I enjoy watching, that help me, kind of put things into perspective and check myself in a way where I look at them as grandfathers, because, yeah. So, but I'm just saying, I'm just showing that they're just sending love to just anybody that has been there for me, or supported me, or secretly rooted for me. Well, damn, anybody that been secretly rooting against me, because now I have to be aware of the good and the bad. I have to be aware of the good and the bad aspect. Everything is not just, oh, everything is good and everybody's cool and everybody's your soul sibling. No, that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? So now I just got my eyes on certain people that I'm like, okay. And then once it hit, then that's it. You know what I'm saying? I can't really even look at you the same way. I mean, but if you're doing something for the community, I'll support that. But I can't even look at you the same way. Because now you competition. But again, it just ended up falling into my lap that way. I never really looked at you like that. And I still won't compete with you. I'm going to keep doing what the hell I'm doing for me. I'm going to still keep doing what I'm going to do. I'm still going to pay attention to what I'm doing for me. Okay? So, it is what it is. I feel like some positions are just those positions, and we all gonna play a part somewhere, but don't worry about what I'm doing so much. It's gonna happen. I feel that energy stepping in, that it may not even be in the way that I thought, or with the visual that I thought, but whatever it is gonna be mine. As long as I keep putting in work, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying there's a lot of work that I have to do, excuse me, as well, to make sure of that, So again, I think I was saying that's why I focus more on the spiritual realm and other things, looking at this stuff from a different standpoint than anything that this construct has set up. And I know that might look bad, and it might fall back on me as being a bad thing, for me at some point in time. But I heavily look at things in the other way. I just, this construct is just, the whole thing been set up against us to make sure that we remain to be cattle. So at the end, so again, I do the parts or what I have to do, to be able to maintain. And other than that, yeah. So anyways, they're going to keep calling me. So I will see you guys later. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.